Now, your brain is designed to focus, but because of social media and phone and technology addictions nowadays, everyone's ability to focus has been ruined. Back in the day, we'd go out and we'd hunt for hours and hours and hours, just focusing on one thing, is getting the food to eat for the next day or that night. But our ability to focus now has been destroyed because of constant dopamine addiction. But there are actually 3 ways you can actually improve your focus naturally. And right now, because of social media addictions and content addictions, everyone's dopamine and their attention spans are completely ruined. But right now, being able to do deep work and focus is the most valuable skill you can learn because it's in the least supply, but the most demand, which makes it valuable. So if you want to learn the most valuable skill, you can get my help by scrolling down to the first link in the description right now. There are 3 ways to actually increase your focus naturally. The first one is actually by meditating, and this is actually training our ability not just to focus but to refocus. Everyone thinks meditating is a focus tool, but what it actually is a refocus tool. Your thoughts are going to distract you. They're going to wander and go off in different random places. And so what meditating allows you to do is actually train your ability to bring back your attention to the task at hand, which is thinking about your breath. And so you're focusing and refocusing when it doesn't matter. So when it's time to actually focus and do deep work, and when it actually does matter, you've got the skill at hand and you can use it. And so when you're doing focus work, you're having a conversation with someone, you're looking at them in the eye and you're distracted. You're thinking about something, a random person, random thing that you're going to do this afternoon or what happened 10 minutes ago. That's okay. It's okay to have those random thoughts. But what you need to be able to do is bring your attention back at what's happening right now in the present moment. And so what science has shown is that doing 13 minutes a day has been the most effective, but you can start with just one conscious breath to improve your ability to actually focus and meditate. And so what one conscious breath is just breathing in and then breathing out. That's your first meditation. And so what you can then do is progressively overload, where you start doing 2 conscious breaths, you're doing it for a minute, 2 minutes, and gradually building yourself up to where you can do 13 minutes of meditating. And what you're doing when you're actually meditating is sitting down, close your eyes, and you're going to focus on a spot 1 centimeter behind your forehead. And so you're going to focus on that spot and breathe into that spot, and then breathe out of that spot. And then what happens is when you get distracted and your thoughts start going somewhere else, bring yourself back to that 1 centimeter spot behind your forehead. And so you're going to gradually improve your ability to refocus. And even if meditation doesn't work for you, you can breathe. You can take that 1 conscious breath in and 1 conscious breath out. So you can meditate, and it will work for you because you're training a skill. It won't happen overnight, but gradually every single day you're going to improve your ability to refocus and improve your focus naturally. Because if you're someone that's able to sit down and do work, but you do get distracted like everyone else, but you've got the skill of refocusing, you're going to be able to focus for longer because you're bringing your attention back to the one task at hand. So that's the first way. The next way is actually fasting. Our diet actually impacts our ability to focus, because when you eat too much, you start to feel sleepy and groggy, and you just feel tired. And especially if you eat carbs or sugar, you'll get a lot of energy to start with, but then you get the crash and you come below your baseline after the crash. So you've got actually less energy than when you started with. And fasting, where you're not eating any food, but you're just drinking water or coffee or something like that, increases your alertness. Because you think about it, back in the day in the hunter-gatherers, if you hadn't eaten for a while, you're going to start getting hungry. And what's going to happen is you're going to become more alert. When you hear that noise rustling in the bushes, you're going to be more alert. What's that? That's food probably. Or you start seeing berries in the distance. You know that you're going to be much more visually alert and also hearing things better, because you're trying to find food. Where's your next meal going to come from? Same thing when we're working and we want to be able to focus. You're going to be more focused when you're fasting. You haven't eaten anything. You're more alert. It's our natural state. And so when we eat a keto diet as well, this is the diet where we have no carbs like breads, sugary foods, processed foods. You're just eating mostly meats and fats. This actually provides your brain with a more stable energy source. So when you eat carbs, you'll get an increase in the amount of energy available for your body to use. But then gradually that'll slowly go down, and then below the baseline, we're going to get feel hungry again, and you're going to want more carbs to increase that amount of energy. Then it'll come down to the cycle, right? Whereas if you're on a keto diet, what's going to happen is our body will produce ketones, and that's a more stable energy source for our brain to use. So rather than getting the ups and downs cycles, we're getting a more stable flatline source of energy for our body to use. So you're going to be less emotionally up and down. You're going to be more focused. Because if you think about it, and you want to be doing deep work and you want to focus, you don't want your emotions to be going everywhere. That's going to distract you. You want to be calm and focused on the work you want to do. So even if you think, food gives you energy, carbs give you energy for the day, a starving lion is extremely focused on finding the next meal compared to a full lion. If you think a lion that's just eaten, a month's worth of food that day, he's just going to be lying there like a fat guy just sitting there baking in the sun. He's not going to be worrying about where the next meal comes from. He's not going to be focused. The lion that hasn't eaten, that's starving, he's going to be extremely focused to find his next meal. So once you've gone through, you've done meditating and you're fasting when you're doing deep focused work and you're on the keto diet, practice. Focus is a skill. Practicing it will improve your ability to focus. That obviously this makes sense, right? So we know that meditating is one way we can practice improving the skill, but we can also train our visual focus. So meditating is training our thought focus. We can also train our visual focus. Focus actually starts with our vision. What we see gives us information, and that information determines how focused we are. If we can see distractions, we will be distracted. So start training your visual focus. What you can do is just pick a spot right now and just focus on it. Don't blink. Try hold it for 30 seconds. That'll train your visual focus. And then what you can do is gradually increase that, doing from 30 seconds to a minute to a minute and a half. You can gradually keep increasing the amount of time that you're focusing. And so when you're doing that, you're actually training your visual system to focus on the one task at hand. Because if you think about it, who's someone that's distracted? Who's someone that can't focus? There's someone that when they see something, they change the work that they're doing. They see the YouTube button, they click on it. They see the Instagram button, they click on it. They see the notification pop up, they click on it. That's someone that's not focused. So we want to become someone that's focused. They do the opposite. They don't even see the distractions. They don't see the Instagram notification. They don't see the YouTube. They focus. They've trained their visual focus to focus on the one thing they're doing there right now. And so that's what we can do by training our visual focus, by training our thought focus through meditating, and by fasting, by making us more alert. We can actually become and improve our focus naturally. So your full plan of action: practice meditating about 5 to 10 minutes a day. Consciously think of that 1 centimeter spot behind your forehead. Breathe in, breathe out. Naturally focus on that one spot. And if your thoughts, go elsewhere, bring your attention back, because we're training our ability to refocus our thoughts on refocusing on that one spot. Optimize your diet. Eat foods like fatty fish, protein, nuts, greens, and remove all the carbs and sugary foods that actually crash your ability to focus. Because if you're just emotionally deregulated the whole time, you're going up and down in emotions, you can't focus. You're going to be crashing with energy, you're going to be up with energy. You need a stable energy source, and that's what the keto diet provides. And you want to be more alert, so fast when you're trying to do deep work. And then practice your focus. Your focus starts with your visual field, what you see. And if you see distractions, you will be distracted. Someone that can focus for long periods of time doesn't see distractions. So you want to improve and practice your ability to focus. So just by looking at a spot and focusing on it for as long as you can. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video, everyone's ability to focus is completely destroyed nowadays because of social media and content addictions. And right now is the one opportunity where the supply of people that can do deep focus work is really low, but the demand is high. So that makes it an extremely valuable skill. And if you want to learn the most valuable skill in today's day and age, scroll down to the first link in the description and you can get my help. So click that link right now.